This is Kelso Sturgeon. Thank you for attending another day at my College of Advanced Sports Handicapping. This report is for the Thanksgiving weekend, Saturday and Sunday. First of all, I've got to apologize to you. I said on this report I would give out the winner of the LSU-Arkansas game absolutely free. My memory slipped. Pardon me, my old age, I guess. The game is played on Friday and not on Saturday, so I'm coming up today with another free winner, and I can promise you that this game will probably win much easier than either Arkansas or LSU would have gotten the money. Before we get into things, I've got to point out this is a giant day for me, releasing my Turkey Shoot Grand Slam, 25 unit plays on 4 of the biggest games on the board. Ohio State at Michigan, Alabama at Auburn, Penn State at Wisconsin, and Notre Dame at Stanford. And, you know, by the way, each of those games is a 25-unit play. If you wanted to parlay them in a 14 parlay, you can get 11-to-1 for your money there, too. That's your call. You can get the Grand Slam right now on this website or toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. I intend to go 4-0. Very strong opinions on all 4 games, and think I have the gimmicks that do produce the winners. On Sunday, I'm releasing my 100-unit NFL upset game of the year. You can get it on this website, and again at toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. All major credit cards accepted, and the price is always right. Now let's get into college football today. Just a couple of games I want to mention, and it does include the Alabama-Auburn game. This is the biggest game on the board. I don't think it's a matter whether Auburn wins the game. It's a matter whether they cover the number. They're laying 3 touchdowns at Auburn. Never an easy situation. But why do I say this is the biggest game on the board? It's the biggest game on the board because if Alabama wins, as expected, they punch their ticket right into the BCS championship game. Keep in mind, when they lost to LSU, they lost their chance to play for the SEC championship on December the 3rd in Atlanta. This means if they win on Saturday, their season is over. They can just sit back and watch the blue sky. As for LSU or whatever, they're going to the championship game and they'll have to win there against Georgia. Alabama with the win passed all the tests they're in. And as I say, it's not a matter of whether Alabama wins. I do believe they will, but that 3 touchdown figure, that's quite another story. It's also of note that last year Alabama blew a 24-0 lead against Auburn, which went on to win the game and the national championship. There's a lot in play there. And I think this is just an interesting anecdote. When Brady Hoke took over at Michigan this year, he promised the Michigan fans one thing, that he would beat Ohio State. And we have Ohio State at Michigan on Saturday. Tough game. Michigan is a 7.5-point favorite. But just keep in mind that Brady Hoke said he would win this game. And, you know, having a good season, never can tell. Can win, but still not cover. You've got to take that into consideration. Now, my free play today is just be straightforward about it. Purdue over Indiana. You know, with Purdue, you've got a team that absolutely has to win today to get the 6th win to become bowl eligible. A win leaves the Boilermakers 6-6, and they're on their way to the postseason. A loss means that they will stay home. There's a lot of reasons I've gone with Purdue, the least of which is not the fact they are a dramatically superior football team in their talent. Indiana's won 1 game this season in a disastrous year under first-year coach Kevin Wilson, who looks to me like he's lost on the sidelines. He might have been a great offensive coordinator at Oklahoma, but Bloomington's a long ways from Norman, and the talent level is dramatically different. The guy, he just can't get it done. That 1 win came over 1AA South Carolina State. Every single Division I team that Indiana has played this season has beaten them, and in many cases absolutely destroy them. So my free play today, Saturday, will be the Purdue Boilermakers over Indiana, and I'm looking for a very easy win. Now let's go to the NFL. There's a lot on the line in the NFL with the remaining 5 or 6 games that these teams have to play. The playoffs are by no means set. The seedings are no means set, except with the possibility of Green Bay and San Francisco in the NFC. Let's just review a few things here. You know, if the NFL playoffs started Sunday, the Baltimore Ravens at 8-3 would be the #1 seed in the AFC. The New England Patriots would be the 2nd seed. The Houston Texans would be the 3rd seed. The Oakland Raiders the 4th seed. The Pittsburgh Steelers the 5th seed, and the Cincinnati Bengals the 6th seed. Those would be the 6 teams in the playoffs in the AFC. Let me run them down again. Baltimore, New England, Houston, Oakland, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati. But by the way, still in the hunt for a shot at the playoffs are Denver, Tennessee, the Jets, and the Bills. Now let's go to the NFC, where at least at the top things are not quite as cloudy. So keep in mind that Baltimore could get knocked out of that top seed any time with a loss. In the NFC, you've got Green Bay as the #1 seed right now. They're 11-0. San Francisco is the #2 seed at 9-2. New Orleans #3 at 7-3. Dallas #4 at 7-4. Chicago #5 at 7-3, and Detroit in the 6th spot at 7-4. Now, as far as I think New Orleans, Dallas, Chicago, and Detroit goes, they could get knocked out of the playoffs too. So I mean, this is if it were played on Sunday. Also, you've got to still give consideration to Atlanta, the Giants, and Seattle. I beg your pardon, Atlanta and the Giants at 6-4, and believe it or not, still Seattle and Philadelphia at 4-6. So there's a lot of things to be decided, and a lot of NFL teams are going to be incentive driven on Sunday, and you need to pay attention to that. I mean, those in front are trying to protect the lead. Those that are trying to get there are pulling out all the stops to do it, and so we're at the serious time of the NFL season, and you can include the incentive factor in the elements you use to handicap. Now, in closing, let me just remind you one more time that on Saturday I'm releasing my Turkey Shoot Grand Slam, 4 nationally televised games, the best games on the board: Ohio State at Michigan, Alabama at Auburn, Penn State at Wisconsin, and Notre Dame at Stanford. You can get all those games in a package for just $50 on this website, or toll free at 1-800-755-2255 on Sunday. My 100-unit NFL Upset Game of the Year, releasing a team that grades out as the straight-up winner, not by a point or two, but by 9 or 10 points. You can also get that game on this website and toll free at 1-800-755-2255. I appreciate very much you listening. I'll be back here Monday with my next report. Good luck to you.